All right, guys, you can tell I'm down here having a blast with this thing. Of course, I got it on 2S. Still the stock brushed motor, the 14 turn, I believe it's a 550 can. Made this video to show you guys this really cool light LED setup. I believe the guy that makes it is selling them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And they're really cool. I did have to hot glue the housings in place, but they fit right in those slots in both the bumpers. I mean, perfect. To me, it looks like it was made for this thing, like Arrma made it or something. But this guy, I'm assuming, is just printing these off himself, selling them on Amazon for a good price. And check them out if you guys have the Gorgon and you're interested in them. But I will forewarn you, he is giving you the right kind of LEDs, but too many of them, basically. So you gotta, as long as you can, you got a little bit of engineering sense about you, you'll be okay. But like this rear one here, it had 4 LEDs. There's only 2 slots, 4 red LEDs. There's only 2 slots for 2 of the red LEDs. So I had to cut off 2 of the LEDs. I have about 25 to 30 LED sets, and none of them are designed like the plastic is on these LEDs, the lenses. These lenses are small. They may be 5mm around, but they're really short and stubby. They got like a rim around the base of them, and that's what kind of clips into place with these. All the LEDs I have are way too long. None of them would fit in these holders, so none of my dual red LEDs would work. So I had to go ahead and just cut the 2 extra LEDs off. And what I did is I used hot glue, and I hot glued the ends inside of this bubble of hot glue right here to seal them in place, because they're hot. You know, they got electricity going through them. And that way they're waterproof, and they're safe and out of the way. You know, I had to do the same thing with the front. Now he gives you 4 LEDs, or he or she, I'm not sure who's doing this, but the company that's making these, or the people, they give you 4 LEDs for the front light. It's a 4-way LED set of white, and the same deal is it's only got 2 LEDs in the front. There's nowhere to put the other 2 LEDs. The problem is I wouldn't mind having 4 white LEDs in the front. I would use 2 for my headlights or something. I would drill holes in my body, you know? But I can't, because there's not enough slack on the cable. There's barely enough slack to make it to the front of this, let alone on the body that you got to remove. If you hook it to the body, you can't remove it, and it wouldn't even reach anyway. So I had to do the same thing. I had to cut it off, and right there, if you can see, I had hot glued the ends of those cables there, so they're sealed off, waterproof, and I don't have to worry about them. But they are hot, so you know, if I go ripping that off there and they touch, it's gonna, you know, fry something. So you got to be careful. That's why I said you got to have some engineering sense about you, or some electrical sense. But it's not a hard thing to do. Just cut them off. Make sure you just seal the ends, whether you use like I did, hot glue, some kind of sealant. You can even tape them off, whatever. You know, I don't want to recommend this to a newcomer, you know, to this hobby that's never really messed with stuff. Another problem is the Spectrum ESC, from what I can tell, only has 1 accessory output, and they don't give you a Y splitter for these. You got the front 4 lights and the rear 4 lights both have their own JST kind of plug. If you look on there, I got a JST to a normal big one. This is a spare Y splitter I had. And yeah, you can put JST in the normal plugs like that. But it is open. I want to seal that off. I haven't got to sealing that yet. I want to waterproof it. But yeah, if you got this set up, you still got to have that, because like I said, there's only one room for 1 plug. So really, it's kind of a fail when it comes to all the LEDs that they give you for this setup. But it's worth it to me, because I don't mind. Like, I love the way they look. But I do wish they used like a more normal type of LED that I have more of. But I do have it working, and you can see how I did it here. I did hot glue my wires down to make it look, you know, as professional as possible. You know, I didn't want it to look all sloppy and have wires floating around everywhere. And since there was really nowhere to hide these wires under anything, they had to be out in the open. So I just did that number there. And I thought it ended up looking pretty good. You can't see any of that whenever you got the body on. So, but let me know your thoughts on this setup. I believe it was somewhere under 20 bucks, like between 10 and $20. I don't want to say the exact amount because I don't remember, but it's just a really cool setup. I mean, it looks really good. Now the back one fit in really good and snug, but let me just turn this thing off so quit give me the warning. The back one fit in really snug. The front one was really loose, and so what I did is I used hot glue around the sides and the top of it, and I also hot glued all around where the LEDs go in, so they'll be sealed off also. And on the front here where it's clear on the top, I used Gorilla Tape, and I put it right on the very top because the light was just glaring straight up, and anytime the RC was coming towards me, that light was blinding me. You know, I only need the light to go forward, you know. So I use Gorilla Tape to block off that light right there, and it's fine. So, you know, if you guys if you want to do something like that, or if you don't mind the light shining like that, you know, it's all you. But I don't like having light like that bleeding through and right in my face. But I don't mind having a little bit of Gorilla Glue right there. It doesn't look bad. It's hidden. It's out of the way, out of sight, out of mind, really, when I get the body on. But I really like this setup. It looks really cool. And I love driving this thing down here in the woods, too. I mainly wanted the LEDs because late in the evenings I come down here with this thing and I like to have fun with it. You've seen the way I drive it down here. I don't drive it like a crawler or anything. I like to blast it down here and just have a good old time. And I like I keep that brushed motor on there, so I have a little bit of slow speed control, and it goes fast enough for me down here. And yes, I have like really fast brushless bashers, but I don't bring them down here because they're just too fast, and you know, I'd be hitting a tree or something. I don't have a lot of room down here, and I got to be pretty precise with my driving skills down here a little bit, so I don't, you know, wreck into something like one of these trees or something. But that's where the brushed motor comes in handy. It's got enough speed to have fun, but enough slow speed control to climb over stuff too. It's got enough torque. But all right, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button, and let me know if you got any questions about this setup. You know, let me know. Like I said, you seen what I had to go through to get this thing to work. If it's worth it to you, I think it's worth the cost. But as long as you know that ahead of time, going into it, it's not as bad. I did not know it was going to be like this. As soon as I got it, I was like, what in the heck? So really, I just sat it down for a day before I even fooled with it. But then when I got started on it, I figured out a plan, and I think it worked out okay in the long run. But just let me know your thoughts on it, and hope you guys are doing well. And as always, guys, thank you for everything.